Hey, it's Mikey from KX 94.7, and welcome to the KX Country Clubhouse, where today we are being joined by the reigning CCMA Interactive Artist of the Year. She has over 260,000 followers on TikTok, over 10 million views on YouTube, and she is also a finalist for this year's Top of the Country. She is Hailey Benedict.
He don't go flashing money. He don't got eyes so blue. He don't sing love songs, but he loves me like I wanted you to. Don't have to show
How are
him
you?
nothing.
I'm doing great. Thanks for that awesome intro.
You're welcome. Look, it's nice to finally meet you, albeit virtually, of course.
Yes, same. I'm happy to be here and nice to meet you virtually. Hopefully, I'll get to meet you soon in person.
Absolutely. How was Lasso last weekend?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Seriously, one of the coolest festivals I've ever been to. The artist hospitality was just amazing, but then also the fans were so great, and we weren't sure if we were gonna get to play because like as we were sound checking, we got evacuated from the stage because there was a bit of a thunderstorm warning, but it passed literally right before our set time, and so without a sound check, we ran up there and were able to play our set. But I was just so grateful, and all the sun came out. So yeah, it was a great time.
All roads for you now lead to Hamilton and this year's CCMA Awards. It's shaping up to be a pretty big week in the hammer for you. As mentioned, a finalist for this year's Top of the Country, along with Tegan Gaze and Noah Dirksen. Haley, I'm going to tell you right now, I do not envy those judges to try to pick between the three of you.
Oh my gosh, it's I mean, it's there everyone in this competition, even from the top 8, has just been so talented, and even just being part of the top 3, like we're all friends and stuff. So whatever way, it ends up landing, I think we're just gonna be excited for each other, and everyone's just so unique in their own way. So that's what's kind of cool about this top 3. And then also just kind of having that camaraderie between each other has been great.
You're also nominated for the Innovative Campaign of the Year, Mastering Master of Puppets. Haley, full stop, so I can go, F yeah!
Yes, yeah.
Now, for those who aren't familiar, what was the idea behind this entire video series on TikTok?
Yeah, so something that I've loved about TikTok in particular as a platform is I can kind of be, very experimental between all the things that I can do on there. And so sometimes I'll have covers or originals. And then a new kind of thing I've done in the last couple of years is challenging myself, learning different electric guitar riffs and things like that. And so it's a way for me to kind of share my journey in learning, but also, bring people that might not necessarily listen to the country genre and kind of reel them in with some
Hmm.
master of puppets. Or I did one for a Thunderstruck a year before, and so it just kind of started off as a challenge for me, and then people kind of just started to follow along, and it's been really fun.
Yeah, I would say after 7 days, you pretty much nailed it.
Yeah, it was hard though because it's a very you have to do something called down picking, and you have to go really fast, and so that's not really something that I was used to. So I was just sitting there with the metronome for hours, and I would just sit there and shake my head, I can't do it, and then I'd walk away, and then I'd be able to do it once, but then not again. So yeah, it was a long process, but I finally got it in the end. So
Look, before you get to Country Music Week here in the Hammer, you're going to be at the Paris Fair with Josh Ross. Now, for someone who hasn't been able to see you live before, what can we expect from a Haley Benedict show?
Well, that's a great question. Well, one thing that I love to do in my sets is put something in there for everybody. So I've got a lot of my original music, but I've got some classic covers, as well as I do bring out the electric guitar out live. So for my rock kind of fans, there'll be some shredding for you too.
So let's chat about that original music. Almost a year and a half after you released Wanted You To, you're back with this brand new single, Damn You July. Tell us about this new tune.
Yeah, it's been super exciting to get to release a new song. I've been waiting for a year and a half, and "Damn You July," I actually wrote it back in December, oddly enough. But I just thought there was something really interesting about having this really painful breakup in one of the most beautiful
Mm.
months of the year. And it's just kind of a song about reflecting back on a time of your life when that person's now gone, but their memories stay and stick around, and you kind of almost become resentful. And in this case, you become resentful of all the things, the beautiful things that July brings. So yeah, really excited to have this one out, and I'm really proud of how it all turned out.
Another one of your songs, "They Don't See You Like I Do," is just featured in a movie on the Hallmark Channel. Is this something that you would like to do more of, write for film and TV?
Absolutely. I've been writing songs since I was 9, and what's awesome about songwriting is sometimes when you write something, it might not be something for you as an artist, but songs can live in many different ways and have many different homes. And I just think it's so cool to have something like we wrote that song on Zoom, and then to just hear it, take come to life really in the show. So I would love to do more of that because just kind of makes my songwriting self really happy.
Is there a show on TV right now that you would love to have one of your songs featured in?
Oh, that's a great question. Um, Man, I feel like what would be a good mm, well, back when Nashville was a show, I know it's
Mm.
done now, but that would be cool. Was a huge fan of that show. I know Dolly Parton does a lot of different, actually, she's got a show, a new TV, or I don't know if it's a TV series, if it's a movie, but it's based off her book, Run Rose Run, that's coming out soon. So maybe I'll manifest that I can get a song into that movie because I'm obsessed with Dolly.
If Stranger Things did a time jump in the final season, I can definitely hear Dustin listening to one of your songs on his Walkman.
Oh my gosh, that is the biggest compliment ever. I love I was actually thinking of Stranger Things. I was like, no, that's 80s. Like my stuff isn't
But they
really.
gotta do a time jump in this final season, like,
Yeah.
as the kids become adults, I can definitely
Okay.
see Dustin stuck in the '80s with his headphones and his
Yes.
Walkman.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Let's manifest that too.
Beautiful, let's do it. Hailey, it's been a pleasure. We're gonna catch up with you in a few weeks during Country Music Week, and you know what? While you're here, we'll jam out to some Metallica, okay?
Yes, that sounds awesome.
Look, there's nothing in the CCMA rule book that says we can't.
Exactly. I know. Everything always stems back to rock in the end, or metal, really. So
Absolutely. Hailey Benedict, thank you so much for hanging with us in the KX Country Clubhouse today.
thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.